Mary Magdalene, a story of redemption, purpose, and unshakable faith. The biblical story, Mary Magdalene's life was transformed when she encountered Jesus. The Bible tells us she was a woman tormented by 7 demons, Luke 8:2. We don't know the exact nature of these afflictions, whether they were physical illnesses, mental struggles, or spiritual battles. But Jesus delivered her completely. From that moment on, Mary became a devoted follower of Christ, traveling with him and his disciples. She was one of the women who supported Jesus' ministry out of her own resources. Luke 8:3. This was significant because in those times, women were rarely acknowledged as disciples or supporters of religious leaders. But her greatest moment came at the cross and the tomb. While most of Jesus' male disciples fled in fear, Mary remained watching as he suffered and died. John 19:25. And when he was buried, she was there. Mark 15:47. Then, on the 3rd day, she was the first to see the risen Jesus. John 20:11-18. She went to his tomb, expecting to find his body, but instead found the stone rolled away. In her grief, she mistook Jesus for a gardener, until he called her by name, Mary. That moment changed everything. She ran to tell the disciples the greatest news in history. I have seen the Lord. John 20:18. A modern-day Mary Magdalene. Now imagine Mary Magdalene today, perhaps as a woman struggling with her past, battling inner demons like addiction, depression, or shame. Maybe she's been labeled by society as too broken or unworthy. She feels unseen, unwanted. Then she encounters Jesus, not in a temple, but in the depths of her pain. Maybe she hears about him through a podcast, a church outreach, or a stranger's kindness. She doesn't expect much, but something about Jesus' love reaches her. And one day, in the middle of her mess, she feels free. The shame that chained her is gone. The pain that defined her is lifted. Like Mary in the Bible, she realizes Jesus sees her. Not for what she was, but for what she can be. Now, she's no longer just a woman with a past. She's a woman with a purpose. She starts telling people about him. Maybe she shares her testimony on social media, mentors young girls, or helps other women escape their pasts. And like Mary Magdalene, she refuses to be silent about what Jesus has done in her life. The relevance today. Mary Magdalene's story is for every person who has ever felt broken, lost, or discarded. She shows us that Jesus redeems the rejected. No matter your past, Jesus calls you by name. She proves that women have a powerful role in God's kingdom. She was the first to declare the resurrection, showing that God uses both men and women to spread his message. She reminds us to be bold. When Jesus transforms your life, don't be afraid to share your story. Someone else needs to hear it. Final thought. Mary Magdalene went from torment to testimony, from brokenness to boldness. And so can you.